Okay, so here we are today, turning down the volume. This is the ARF2001 with the frequency counter option, which is really, really hard to get, the original option, and to get it in such good condition. Very, very impressed to the seller from the United States. I just want to say thank you for the amount of effort you went into packing this. And to give you guys an idea, he may have even done himself in on a few dollars to make sure that he got it to me in 100%. The freight on this was only about 100 and something US. When you see the size of the box, I get Bobcat parts that, you know, come in these box sizes, you know. It's yes. So to the seller, thank you so much. You almost had box within a box within a box the way you'd bubble wrapped, and then allowed so much space around the radio. They really could have dropped that box 100 times, and you know, the way you had it buffered was fantastic. So thank you to good eBay sellers. We get the odd one that obviously doesn't do the right thing, although generally the ones that don't pack well send you things that don't work. This seller, and I'll try and put something in the notes file just as to who he is, because I want to give people credit where credit's due. And by the way, the fine tune on receive, you can actually change, and it's just where I've got it sort of floating. Just trying to, yeah, that should stabilize a bit there. No. Okay, anyway. Excuse me. So 1970s radio. Been after one for a while, and for once I didn't just buy, you know, 6 and make one out of the 6, which, as some people know, we do a lot of that because we just can't find the sort of radio that we're after. With the ARF 2001, look, you can buy them cheaper than what I bought, no question, and generally you'll find they'll come with no frequency counter kit. They'll come with, you know, broken knobs. They'll come with things that you can never get back to original. And you know, I felt a little bit terrible when I was saying to the chap, because even before I bought this, I said, look, I'm not trying to be rude, but are you capable of actually, you know, making sure this gets to us in one piece? And sorry, I probably haven't disclosed this to everybody. I do have another one, a non-frequency counter model here. When I say this is our first with the frequency counter model, but it came damaged, and it's not something that we would, you know, sort of say to you, look at that, because unfortunately it's got a few problems that, and that's, you know, the joys of buying over eBay, PayPal, blah blah blah. Don't believe PayPal. No matter what anybody says to you, PayPal will be a discussion that you'll need to have with PayPal, and you know, it's not always as simple as, hey, someone did something wrong to me, here's the refund. Trust me on that one. I'm still dealing with this joker in Germany at the moment, that Stotz character that took us for about 300 odd euros, and not over yet. We've just reopened the case with PayPal. We've proven that he's actually got the return that we sent him, which he said no, but we got his signature now. So anyway, see how we go with that one. Some people are just born scammers. All right, so let's get into a little bit, and believe me, having played with one before, I sort of know them reasonably well. What do I like about them the most? Well, to have anything that was scanning back in the, you know, so in the day, in the 1970s, was, you know, pretty interesting technology, in the fact that, you know, they certainly didn't have some of the processors and bits that we have now, that, and, you know, the ability to just shove in a little microcomputer and just program it and do, you know, whatever you'd like to do. But what do I like about it? It's all the cosmetics. Cosmetics like green, orange, red. Now, I know that sounds crazy, but, you know, these are little features that, on the other one we've got, these are broken, unfortunately, and I don't believe it happened in transit. I think the guy misrepresented the one at the time. But anyway, less on that, more on this. So they do the same here with the scan, busy scan or open scan. So open scan will just actually sit there regardless of squelching positions. It'll just keep going through. Want to make clear, this is a 100% non-modified 40-channel CB radio, as you can see. Not trying to go to any extras or not trying to do anything else. It's what we wanted, actually, and what we ended up getting. But yeah, once again, this changes colour, and it's, you know, it's quite nice the way it does it. I do have it on the antenna at the moment, and so I was a little bit early there. keypad control. So basically, you can fast up, fast down, you can scan from there, you can recall us, you can have memories. There's a lot of different things that come off that keypad for its age. I won't bore you with some of those. It is, you know, it's kind of nice. Receive transmit light there, nice, just to you know, give you a bit of an idea that what you're actually doing. And there was a few things about these radios that you know, these days a talkback function where, you know, 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3, which actually I haven't got the speaker hooked up for that, which would be smarter. But you know, that was fairly rare. Just being able to, you know, switch to your external speaker. Look, the Cobras did it, the CPIs did it. You know, so there was a, you know, that's probably no big deal. Noise blankers on these things actually work quite well, not too bad at all. Then we've got a whole lot of different motions that it goes through for AM use, the SAM for the microphone, etc. And look, it's just some lovely features that they do. I'm just actually seeing if Steve's on at the moment. 177 177 229, just calling you, mate. 177 Wodonga 229, calling you over in Tangambalanga. Just thought I'd see if Steve was up there. And just see. It's very quiet on 27 megs today, which is kind of a usual day out here in the middle of nowhere. The other thing too, you can switch antenna A, antenna B. So a lot of people ran their vertical on A, had their, you know, Yagi on B, and that was a nice way to be able to, you know, switch between the two. Very standard controls, fine-tune RF gain, tone, squelch, etc., etc. And from memory, the SAM, which is a improvised mic control system. I'm just trying to remember how they said that. Just hang on a bit. I'll just test something. Okay, just wanted to test that. So the quickest way to show you that is, let me just go one channel up here, just so we don't bother anyone. So we're going up to channel 36. So have a look at the modulation meter, 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2, and your other power meter there. And then you chuck in this drive control, hello 1 2 1 2, hello 1 2, hello. So it actually did give you a lot more gain on AM. It's broadened things out a bit. Pretty sure from memory it didn't have any effect on sideband, so let's find out. I can't remember. 1 2 1 2 1 2. Okay, of course. So the modulation meter, regardless, 1 2 1 2 on sideband won't give you a reading. And this is very similar of a lot of radios that the modulation meters were purely and simply as an AM function. So that was, you know, fairly cool the way that they worked. Bearing in mind in the USA, the ability, the usage more so of AM is huge. You know, you go to 025 and the Super Bowl, Channel 6, etc. It just shows you, I mean, some huge power, you know, mega kilowatt stations that are, you know, transmitting, and they've been AM stations for years. Even when the skip starts to roll in a little bit, 27 megs on channel 11, you'll hear a lot of US AM stuff. People sort of sometimes wonder about, you know, why we've got probably 500 or 600 AM sets here, and they sort of think, well, we don't really use that much in Australia. And look, 100%, that's correct. They're really nice working examples of history. But look, it's very uncommon. Now and again, Steve and I, my mate in Wodonga, 177, we'll head down to, you know, an AM channel and have a bit of a test, mainly because I'm trying to get an idea, you know, what the receiver sounds like with a real signal. Sometimes, you know, embedding a tone into something's lovely, but, you know, it's, oh, yes, absolutely. Just got to turn something off. I just realised it was on. I just moved a radio before and without its panels on, and realised it's still turned on. It's okay. I can see it's sitting on a book, thank goodness, but that could have been tragedy. Anyway, so look, lovely radio. We'll probably do a bit more on it, you know, as time goes on. I probably want to put this on the analyzer and just check a few things on the calibration, etc. And but you know, look, so far so good. I've got to say, just doing a quick on-air check with it, like we're doing right now. Whilst I'm not hearing anyone just yet, you know, it certainly looks like it's working rather well. Let me just see if I can get Steve up. I'll just see if I can send him a message. Okay, so we're a little bit out of calibration. Okay, Steve, no worries. Just got you on video at the moment, mate. And no, you're receiving coming in quite well. Conditions are a bit terrible today, but yeah, I'm just running the ARF2001, which you'll see on the video. And yeah, nice radio, nice base station, absolutely. And this one's in superb quality. It really is. It just has a really nice. It's been looked after so well over the years. But yeah. Anyway, coming in well, mate. Fantastic. Go ahead.
Yeah, okay, no problem. It sounds good. The audio keeps dropping out. I don't know whether you got a microphone from or something there, but the audio is dropping out as you're transmitting. It's getting across here from Bangabanga to Wodonga, no problem.
Yeah, I know exactly what's causing that, mate. I've got a receive preamp in line at the moment, and I can see it clicking in and out. It's giving me a little bit of trouble. So if I didn't run the receive preamp, it'd probably be. But I'm just running that in line just to get you guys in Wodonga. Sometimes it's a little bit difficult, and yeah, I'll have a look at that anyway, mate. That's fantastic. All right, buddy, fantastic. You're sounding good, and we'll probably do a test on this after we've done a full calibration. I reckon it's a few hundred hertz off, and that's all right, no big deal. And we'll certainly make sure that it's she's 100%. I've got another one of these, so I've had to sort of work on the other ones, so I know them reasonably well. All right, mate. Thanks very much. 177-229 in Tangambalanga, Northeast Victoria, Australia.
If you call out, but that's all right, we'll sort it out sooner or later. All right, catch you later.
73s, mate. All the best. Cheers. Okay. And yes, I do have a little issue, which I know is not the it's not the radio. Before anyone thinks I need to blame the eBay seller, and actually, what I'll do, I might just run this into the monitor for a second and just show you just how well this works. When I'm not running that silly receive preamp. Actually, I must pull that out of line. I'd forgotten all about it. Okay, so I've just fired it up onto the monitor, and I just wanted to have a bit of a quick look. But 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hello, test. Hello, test. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And the one thing I've got to do, which I'd forgotten about, look, yeah, no, that's transmitting beautifully, which I'm happy with that. But we'll need to peak this up a bit. Its mic gain level, its drive level at the moment, is very average. And that's because they used to use I'm not using the standard mic with it at the moment. I've got one out in the American barn that we can sort of put back onto it. And when you actually get that impedance right, yes, it does drive a bit better. But what Steve was hearing was actually our little preamp going in, out, which was not good. Anyway, but yeah, on the monitor, I just wanted to double check that was the case. The other question was, I'm sure someone's going to say, is what is the AM-SIL? And this was basically a noise blanking feature for AM. And I don't know whether with a tone we're going to be able to see much difference with what that does. Just hang on, I'll just generate a signal here. What are we putting in? Oh, let's go back to... And let's bring it up a little bit. All right, just giving a little bit of signal to look at. I don't think... Just turn the monitor volume down so you're just hearing the radio. No, look, I need to get a noisier, real noisy signal maybe into it, like this. And even then, because it really doesn't have a noise generated to the side of it or anything, there's nothing obnoxious sort of affecting it, so it's probably not going to... Anyway, we're on that subject. How well does it receive? Well, let's take it down. That's at 0.5 a microvolt there. 0.1. Oh boy, 0.0498. This thing receives... I'm still hearing that in there. That's minus 133 dBm for a 1970s radio. Admittedly, there's a little bit of noise with that minus 133 dBm, but if I go to minus 123, it's so solid it's not funny. And at 0.5, that's crazy. I mean, that receiver is lightning hot. Yeah, all right. So, look, from that point of view, I wasn't going to go into this area in this video, but it's been good just to sort of have a little look at just how sensitive these radios are. Incredible. That's great. But we'll probably do something. We'll get the right microphone. I've actually got one of the lollipop mics. It's a genuine lollipop mic that goes onto this, and I got it with the other one, so that's why we'll salvage that one to put on there. I'm just running a little Ferris mic into this one at the moment, and yes, the impedance will make a difference with these. They're a little bit nasty about you had to get that right, but once you had that working correctly, the drive on these things are very, very good, no question. Anyway, that's just a very quick look at the ARF2001. If you get your hands on one, just be very, very happy, because they're really hard to find these days. I know one of my mates has got one here in Australia, and he's got the non-frequency counter model, and I reckon we bought ours around the same time, the non-frequency counter models, and I can tell you now, they were a lot cheaper back then too. I can't remember what I paid for mine, but I think he paid about $700 or $800 US for his. Now, to give you an idea, to land one of these here in Australia right now in this sort of condition with the frequency counter, it's every bit of $2,500. Now, some people would say that's madness. Other people would just say, hey, it's what it is. I'm a little bit towards the, hey, it's what it is. And happy to have such a good example of, look, now we've got this one. We'll probably sell the other one, but I've got to tell you, it's not the best example. When you've got these switches broken, it takes all the fun out of it, and it's just a pity, because they look so good. And anybody who knows me knows I'm into lovely little fun things that that change colours. And now I've got to redo a video on the Bengal Nitro, or the Nitro Bengal. Some of you might remember that one. Now we had a couple of things wrong on that video, which we're going to redo, but that had a lot of color change happening on a lot of different things. And if you remember also the Cobra 2000, the chrome version we got, that has a lot of color change going on in it. Now novelty, yes. Fun, yes. Just fantastic. Just sort of makes that radio, when you walk into the room and the lights are turned off, just that little bit more interesting. Just that they took a bit of time. I have been unable, and as you can imagine, I've been trying to find these switches I've had an ARF 2001 for a couple of years, and I've been unable to find these switches. If you know of anywhere, I would buy some in a heartbeat, because they are just so difficult to find. For your information, I can find ones that are basically just a paddle, but I just can't find the ones with the lights. So anyway, because we would definitely change them over before we sell the other one, and make it 100%. That's probably its worst issue, to be honest, because it annoys me when things like that are broken. So if you do buy one of these, definitely have a talk to your seller, and make sure that he's happy to do the right thing and to get it packaged up correctly. You'll need the box. Look, this thing came in a box the size of what an FTDX 950 comes in. So we're talking this far out on each side from the radio, right around, and then all bubble wrapped. You get a seller who does that, you're onto a good thing, and you'll see the thing 100%. And yeah, we've got a little bit of a calibration. It's funny, I know where my generator's at, and I know for a fact, yeah, we'll just calibrate that to the seller. Please, if you're watching this video, please do not take that as a negative. As you know, I'm a tech. I was always going to pull the covers. I was always going to not express that you need to warranty anything. By virtue of the fact that I'm pulling the covers, that's my choice. But we were always going to do a bit of a look at the clarification, and certainly power output, and make sure that we've got it running. And to be fair, the seller said, that there's no mods being done, there's nothing being touched in it. I'd prefer that any day than having to backtrack through somebody's mods that I've just got to go, oh my God, what's he done? So, yeah. Okay, we might do some internals on this one on another video and show you how to tune up your ARF 2001, because they're so common, everyone's got one. So you're going to need that tuning advice. All right. 73s, all the best from VK3 Charlie Mike, JDW229. For those of you asking about my health and emails, thank you. Better day today, so yes. And you know who you are. Yes, the Bobcat's back together. Thanks very much for your offer to assist. And just so you know, someone got onto me and said, look, I've got to drive a few hours, but if you need a hand, I'll come up. You know what? People are fantastic. They really are. Thank you anyway, but all fixed. All the best. 73s. Cheers.